So I reposted this morning and it makes me so freaking happy. It's finally time for people to talk about transparency and the bullshit of our market the way I've been speaking about it for like 2-3 years. And that is literally the reason why we started our company. So if you guys haven't yet seen, I would say go check out the Jump Off episode this time. It's super interesting. The conversation was all about veterinary interpretation and the way in which buyers perceive it and the ways in which the market is going towards a more and more picky approach when it comes to buying horses. But we're still facing so much bullshit. They speak about the importance of vet check, but also this interpretation and the ways in which x-rays can be considered, the fact that some horses at the top level, they're probably not that good on the vet report, but they're still performing at the top level week in, week out without a problem. It's all about understanding the risk that you're taking when you buy a horse. And it's about really surrounding yourself by a team of experts that can give you different opinions. When I see a client vet a horse, I think to myself, why did they not get that checked with 2 vets? The cost of vetting justifies that. But what I see with vet checks is that most of the time it's an opinion-based thing. And so much challenges come with it, especially for sellers or people that run an equine trade business like we do. The second thing that was spoken about is trust and transparency. God knows how happy this makes me. They say that trust is the cornerstone of our business and that we must strive and differentiate ourselves with transparent and straight and honest services. Guys, this is what I've been fighting for with Bridl for the last 2.5 years, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is so new and crazy. No, it's literally what should be market standard. I don't know why it takes so much effort to be honest and transparent, especially with commissions. That is a topic that drives me crazy. But that is a topic that clearly creates a problem in our market. Why do you think horses are so expensive? Then they spoke about negotiations, especially negotiations happening using the vet check. It's explained that the vetting can be used as a bargaining tool, which I kind of agree with, because I see that happen every single day. At Bridl, we sell quite a few horses at the moment, and we know how our customers handle negotiations, and we kind of see the reports, and we know what's going on. And I completely agree with this fact. And this is why I really believe that somewhat of a professional standard needs to happen. I know there's no price index on horses or negotiation toolkit, but having a service that comes around that and encompasses all the challenges that people are facing, whether you're the seller or the buyer, I think could provide some value. And I loved what Michael van der Vleuten had to say about the horses. He's saying he's riding horses at the top level that have performed exceptionally well, but that might not pass a clinical exam. And it makes sense. I mean, like, look at yourself. You're probably a rider that's riding every single weekend at the shows, and you face challenges, and you go to the physio, you go to the doctors. Do you think your x-rays are perfectly clean? Doesn't mean that you're not a great, brilliant competitor, and that you can't provide value. It's exactly the same thing with horses. And I think that as we see our market evolve, the dynamics are going to change, the standards are going to change, and we're going to get to a stage where, well, we're going to have to see changes. Otherwise, it's not going to be sustainable anymore. And then I loved the data piece regarding this episode. They said that 20% of horses can be sold without any remarks. 40% may have some comments, and the last 20% doesn't pass the examination for sale, the clinical. And I think that's something that I've definitely experienced myself being in a business of buying and selling horses, or being in a business of trading. We have so many horses that fail the vetting, and sometimes we have customers that choose to buy them anyways because they've seen things in that horse, they're willing to take that risk, they're risk averse, or the price reflects that. And sometimes we see a customer that has a horse that fits all the boxes, and for whatever little comment chooses not to buy that horse. It happens, and it's a question of whether or not you're willing to take that risk for that money, and through the experience you've had finding out about this horse, trying this horse, etc., etc. But I think that seeing this being shared, seeing these conversations happen, is really, really important for our market, and I'm really excited to see what happens in the next few years. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue my crazy fight to bring transparency to this industry, to continue working with amazing customers, amazing sellers, and continue trying to provide as much value as we can when helping people buy and sell high quality show jumpers. See you next time, but don't forget to listen to this episode.